Oh man. Ugh.
Back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming now.
Hi. Welcome back. Today is gonna be a little chit chat. I wanted to give the people or the viewers a little background story on my hair and what this channel will be about and what this channel has been about. Okay. I wasn't planning to make this a fully, like a full just hair channel. I wanted to include other things in this channel because I didn't want to put myself in a box and just do all these videos. Bro, you have to be quiet, bro. Turn off. Shut the freak up. Okay. So I didn't want to put myself in a box and have all these and have like a whole bunch of videos doing hair, because hair, honestly, doing your hair, it can get boring. You know, it's not the most exciting thing to do, and I'm sure it's not even the most exciting thing to watch. So it wasn't my original plan for this to be like a full hair channel, but that's what I'm doing so far. I did have intentions for this to be about hair, because to a certain extent, because I am on a new hair growth journey and I wanted to share that here on this platform. But I also wanted to do other things, because there's going to be days where I'm going to have to leave my hair alone. There's going to be days when I'm going to have to put it in twists, braid it up, and leave it like that for like a month or two. So it's like, well, I'm going to have to do other things in the meantime, because I don't want to be just absent from my channel, and disappear every time that I have to take a step back from styling. So let me take you into my hair journey and a little backstory and history about my hair and all of that. So the things that you will see on this channel is just me sharing my story of my hair journey with you. I'm on a journey. There's a lot of things that I'm still learning. There's still a lot of things that I don't know, I don't understand, I don't get, first time things, and I'm doing them all up here. So maybe they can help somebody. Maybe somebody can come on and help me. But I'm not a professional on this channel. I'm not going to be one of those people, you need to stop using that and start. That's not what this channel going to be about. Okay. One thing that I've learned on my journey is to do what works for you. Whatever that is. Even if it don't look like what everybody else is doing. If everybody else is doing this and you doing that and that's working for you, then do that. I don't care how many people talk about, no, this, don't do this, and no, don't use that. If it's working for you, do it. Don't worry about what they talking about. Okay, do what works for you. So that's what I've had to learn, and I'm learning, and I'm still learning as I go. So how I started. So this isn't my first hair journey, so to speak. I've gone through a lot of different changes in my hair over the years. But it started when I was younger. So when I was younger, I had really thick, long hair. Like even when I was born this. So this goes all the way back to when I was born. I was born this dark-skinned baby with this thick black hair. So I've always had a head full of hair from birth. And by the time I got 2 or 3 years old, my hair was all the way down my back. That was by the time I was 2 or 3. And I'll probably put some pictures somewhere if I can find them. If not, then I couldn't find them. And excuse that beeping you keep hearing. It's these alarm things. And I tried to turn them off, but they still make the noise. So just try to ignore those. When I was still in elementary school, first part elementary school, my mom came to me and asked me did I want to get a perm, because at the time detangling wash days and detangling days used to be the worst. I remember literally like crying through every wash day. So my mom came to me and was like, hey, there's this thing called a perm, and the way she explained it to me was it basically will make detangling easier. The days when I have to detangle your hair, it won't hurt as bad. So as a child, I'm like, okay, yeah. let's do it. The perm or whatever it is, let's do it. She put the perm in my hair and it was cool. My hair was straight. Back then I didn't pay as much attention to my hair. So all I knew was, okay, detangle days are way better now. So, and it went good for a while. My hair was straight. And my mom never let me wear it out. She always made me, she always put it in twists or braids or something like that. She never let me wear my hair like out unless it was special occasion, like, picture day or something like that. So it was going good for a while. But then my mom decided to let my aunt do my hair. Now my aunt was doing her own hair at the time. And she was doing her own perms. And, her hair was pretty long at the time, if I remember that right. So my mom figured, oh, well, she doing her own hair. Maybe I'll let her do, she figured maybe she let her do my hair. So my aunt started taking care of my hair for a short amount of time, but she started taking over doing the perms. But when she was doing my perms, my mom noticed that she told me later on in life that my aunt wasn't washing the perm out all the way. Now, anyone who's had perms, you'll know that whenever you go to wash the perm out, you're supposed to wash it until the soap runs white. If the soap is still pink, then that means you're not done. You ain't finished. You need to go in and wash some more. So when my mom would do my hair, she would usually wash my hair 5, 6, 7 times just to be sure. But my aunt, she would wash it once, maybe twice, and then that was it. And my mom told me later on in life, and she realized, she noticed that, but for whatever reason, she didn't stop her from doing my hair. She continued to let her do my hair. So to shorten that story, I must have been second, third grade maybe, because I know by the time I was in the 4th grade, I already had the perm. So it must have been first, second, third grade, maybe second, third grade. It was first part elementary school. I remember that much. But let's just say by the time I got to 5th grade, my hair was like up here. Whereas to before, my ponytails could be like up here, and the end of the ponytail would be like all the way down here, and you can't even see in the camera. But by the time I got to 5th grade, I remember like being like 5th, 6th grade, my hair was like up here. So y'all know that meme that was going around about how girls would claim how, oh, when I was younger I had, long hair, how did the meme go? Girls would talk about how their hair is short because mom put a perm in their hair when they was younger or something like that. But hey, that's true though. That's really true, because for me, the perm took my hair out, and neither of us had the proper information to get my hair back. So I literally spent pretty much the rest of my life up until a few years ago just doing the same just doing the same bad treatment to my hair because I didn't know. You know what I mean? So that's actually a true thing. Like, whenever it's a lot of girls out here, maybe not now, because with all this natural hair gurus and videos and TikToks and Insta stories and all this stuff out now, there's so much information out now that people, they pretty much know how to take care of their natural hair and get their hair back to how it was when they was younger. Because a lot of us, like especially in my age range, when we were younger, we didn't know all the information that we know now about natural hair. Well, I didn't. You know what I mean? All the information and all the products and stuff that's out now, that stuff wasn't out in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like, stuff wasn't out, not that I know of. That all these natural hair products and all these natural hair folks coming out, this stuff wasn't out back in the 90s. So we get to 7th grade, which is junior high. My mom passed my hair over to me, and she stopped taking care of it. So in 7th grade, I was taking care of my own hair. I wasn't doing any better. When I started taking care of my own hair, I can't remember, but I think junior high, I was perming it and everything myself. So back then, I would put the perms in too close together. And I remember my mom telling me, like, you putting these perms in too close together, you need to space them out. I would literally perm my hair every time I felt that little fuzz at the roots. That's new growth coming in. But every time I felt that little fuzz, I would perm it. And that would be every 2-3 weeks. 7th grade, 8th grade. I remember by the time I got to 9th grade, my hair was kind of like asymmetrical because this side had done fell out and got shorter, but this side was still long. So this side was like up here and the other side was like down here. And that toxic treatment to my hair went on all through high school. Then after high school, I started going to a professional. And she cut my hair really short because my ends was really damaged. And I was like, okay, fine. I get it. As long as I can get it back to where it was. But this lady, she was scissor happy. And there are some hairdressers and people out here who are that scissor happy, that whole saying. Got to think. Some people really out here just, they like to pull out them scissors. So I would go to her every 2 weeks. And when I tell y'all every 2 weeks, she will pull them scissors out. Every 2 weeks. And I'm like, why is you cutting at my hair? You just cut at it 2 weeks ago. And she's just like, oh, I see some little dead ends. It's been 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And it just, I started to notice because the first time she cut my hair was fine. 2 weeks later, she cut at it again. I go back 2 weeks again, she cut it again. So the second time I'm thinking, okay, maybe she just dusting or something like that. So I didn't say nothing. But it's like, I started to notice that every time I would go, she would pull them scissors out. So I had to stop going to her. I had to stop going to her because I realized if I keep going to her, my hair ain't gonna never grow because she keep pulling these darn scissors out. And I don't know what she got going on. But my hair ain't gonna never grow fooling with her. So I had to stop going to her. And then my hair, just for the next, like, I say that by then I was like a teenager. So all through my 20s, my hair would grow, then it would fall out, and then it would grow, and it would fall out, and it would grow, and it would fall out. And it went like that throughout my whole 20s. 2010 was the last time I got a perm. But 2010 was my last perm. But even with me not having a perm, I still wasn't taking care of my hair right. And what made me come away from the perms is my sister, she stopped getting perms. And I noticed that her hair was growing really long, really fast. And my sister's hair was never longer than mine growing up. So now her hair is like way past mine. I'm looking like, hold up, wait a minute. So that's when I was like, okay, well, let me pull away from the perms then, so I can get my hair back to where it was. Because my hair never got back to where it was. And I'm in my 20s now at this point. Not at this point that I'm talking about, I'm in my 20s. So my hair hadn't been right since I was a child. So I'm like, okay, well, let me pull away from the perms. But even with me pulling away from the perms, my hair, I still wasn't taking care of it. I was what you call a straight natural. So I was natural, but I would never wear it in its natural state. Every now and a blue moon I would, but for the most part, I kept it straightened. So every day, I was straightening my hair. Every day, I was putting flat iron in it. Every day, it was every day. So even though I didn't have a perm, I still wasn't taking care of it, and my hair still would not grow. Like, it would get longer than what it's been, when I was permed, but it would get to a certain spot and then it would start falling out again. And then whenever I would like do weaves, there was a time where I would do weaves and wigs, trying to grow my hair back, and I was putting the wigs on wrong to where they was messing my hair up. I was putting the weaves in wrong to where they was messing my hair up. So it just was a long process of me just messing my hair up. And so like whenever my hair would get shorter, instead of taking the steps back to be like, okay, let me do some protective styles, let me put some moisture in it, because even then I didn't know nothing about this like cold wash, moisturizing, that whole keep your hair moisturized, that whole concept. I didn't know nothing about that. I wasn't thinking about that. For a long time, I even thought conditioner's only purpose was to detangle your hair. So there were times where I wouldn't even use conditioner. I would just shampoo my hair and then straighten it. But it wasn't until more recently that I realized conditioner is moisture. That's putting moisture in your hair. And for years, I didn't even know that. For a long time, I thought conditioner's only purpose was to detangle. Because when I was a child, my mom used to detangle my hair as the conditioner was sitting. So as a child, I took that as, oh, this is just to help detangle your hair, but conditioner is to put moisture. And I just always thought short hair just didn't look good on me. So I always, like, instead of taking a step back to getting my hair back to a healthier place, I would, get these styles, and then I would do them in an unhealthy way to where they was only making it worse. So like I said, that went on, and it wasn't until 2019 is when I finally decided to take steps back from all the damage, the heat. That's when in 2019, I pulled away from heat. I was still putting like weave in my hair. I was still doing like crochet stuff, braids. I was still doing that. But I pulled away from heat. But it wasn't until 2020 is when I really pulled away from everything. Heat, weaves, braids, crochet, all the things. In 2020 is when I went completely natural. I stopped using heat. I stopped putting weave in my hair, and I would wear like protective twists or little protective styles, and I put some pictures up of how my hair was looking then, which is pictures I'm sure I showed in a video before. But so it was 2020 is when it really got to the point where I stopped caring about what people thought about me. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times I know sometimes we care about what people think about how we look, and that played a part in why I never really took the steps that I needed to take to get my hair to a healthier place, because I knew there was going to be a phase where I wasn't going to be looking my best. You know what I mean? Because I was trying to get to a healthier place, and sometimes when you have a goal that you're trying to reach, the journey getting there may not be pretty. You know what I mean? And when I got to that state of mind, that was really when I was able to take the steps to get my hair to a healthier place. When I stopped caring about what people thought about me. It got to the point where I would, at one point in my life, I wouldn't step out the house unless my hair was done. You know what I mean? But now I walk out the house with the little Felicia braids, the twists. I don't be caring. I don't I don't care. If I see somebody I know, they'll let them see, like, look, I'm not the same person I used to be. The person I am today, I put important things first, and not so much in how I look or what somebody think about how I look. But in 2020, I would wear my hair completely natural. So I would wear my hair in these little twists, or I would keep it braided up. Like, I would never let it wear it out, because I would always keep it in protective style. And if I had to go out somewhere, that required me to be decent, I would put like a beanie on, like a little beanie, or maybe I would just take the twists and put them in a ponytail. But I wasn't so focused on making sure my hair was like, I just wasn't focused on my hair looking good. You know what I mean? I was more focused on the health of it. So, and because of that, my hair grew a lot over the years. I continued that. 2021, last year, is when I started doing more products. I started, doing more product application, doing the co-washes, and so it was just, so this new journey officially, it started in 2019, but I would say it officially started in 2020. So it's only been about 2 years, honestly, that this journey has been going on. So I do have a goal to get my hair to waist length. I'm a long ways from it, but that's my goal here, that I plan on sharing the journey here on the channel. And so the products that I've encountered a lot of products over time, and none of them have really hit for me except for the ORS olive oil products. Every video that I've done on this channel, I've done with those products. Because once I came across those products, everything that I using those products have been S tier, bro. The results have been top tier results for me compared to what I've seen before with my hair. So I've used everything. What first drew my attention to the ORS was their gel. Because before using the ORS olive oil curl clumping gel, I would use Eco Styler gel. But I saw this gel in ORS, it was like, came in this really thick container, and I was like, that looks kind of thick, because I wanted to find a thicker, heavier gel. Eco Styler gel is not that heavy that I can remember. It's not all that heavy, and I wanted something heavy for my hair. So I saw this gel, and I was like, okay, that looked like that might do something. So I bought it. And when I used it, when I tell you, I never went back. I used it and I never went back. This right here is the result of this right here is a wash and go. That's the result of that ORS stuff, the ORS gel. So I mess with this gel 100%. And then what made me fall for it even more is I've never been able to do my hair with cream, because I would watch these different curly girls who would talk about how they gave up their gels and now they're like cream users. Like, they use creams to define their curls. And I was like, man, my curls a little too kinky for that. You know what I mean? Like, I need something heavy. Creams just ain't heavy enough. But one day I was like, okay, let me try this. So I went back and looked in the ORS section, and they have a cream. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. Results S tier results, bro. Like, I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I've never been able to use a cream or even a light gel, because they never work. They never give me the wash and go look that I want. So for this cream to have given me the results way better than what I ever expected, I was like, hey, you got me, bro. You got me. I'm here. You got me. I am an official fan of the ORS stuff. So I have the cream. I have a video of the results of that cream. But I will be exploring other products because there's so many other ones out there. But for now, that's my go-to, and that's probably what you will be seeing for the most part whenever I do wash and goes here on this channel. Before I wrap this up, like what I was saying at the beginning is find what works for you. Everything from the products to the product application to, you know, how often you do your regimens, to how you do them, to your trims. Do what works for you. Because what works for somebody else may not work for you. There's a lot of information out here. Information that you could, you know, take into consideration. You know what I mean? But don't take all this stuff that you hearing on social media and be like, oh, well, she said this, so I got to do this, and she said this, so I got to, you know what I mean? Because you'll drive yourself crazy. You'll wreck your brain trying to keep up with what everybody is saying. Most people are telling you their experience with their hair or someone else's hair, but everyone's hair is different. You know what I mean? You may have a group of people over here that the same things work for all of them, and then you got a group of people over here and the same things work for them, and you may be the only person over here that's like, oh, well, this works for me. And these other groups are like, no, you don't need to do that because that don't work for us. No, baby, that don't work for you. And that's how you got to look at your journey as it's yours. And find what works for you. It don't matter what everybody else is saying. Hopefully you found this interesting. If not, I understand, because I don't typically sit down and watch chit chat videos myself, not all the way through. But if you did make it all the way to the end, I love you. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button for more, and see you in the next video. Bye.